Good morning. Welcome to Vision. I'm glad you all here today. It's kind of chilly outside. It was like 36 when I left my house today, and I thought that's a little much for a California boy like me. It's so nice to be in this warm space. Let's stand together and celebrate.
Time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
Yeah, you can clap for that. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, celebration singers. Good morning, Vision. How are you this morning? Lovely day, isn't it? Yes, it is a little cool, but it is a lovely time. How are you today? Oh, that was weak. Come on, let's do it again. Radiant, vibrant, and dynamic. Remember? How are you today? Radiant, vibrant, and dynamic. Oh my gosh, I love that. That is just right. Just gets your energy right up. It just fills us right up. I love it. Okay, before we go further, let's pray in. What I know is that God is everything, everywhere, all the time. That there is only one power and presence. There is only one universal intelligence, and we call this spirit. It is the energy. It is the energy that outpictures as form. And so we know that we are that. We are part of this one life of God's, because there's nothing to make anything else out of. There's only energy. There's only the energy of God, of life. Perfect, whole, and complete, just as it is. And I know that is the life that we express. And that is spirit expressing through us as life. And I know we come together to remember that, to remember who we are, to remember the one life, to remember that everything is interconnected. That there's only one thing going on here. It is the activity of spirit as each and every one of us. And we come together to remember that and to remember it for ourselves and for everyone. That there is one life. It is the life of God's. It is whole, perfect, and complete. It is our life right here and now. And so it is. Yay. So happy we're observing Martin Luther King weekend, right? Martin Luther King Jr.'s weekend. Tomorrow is a federal holiday, and we have our wonderful Vision Diversity team who has put on a presentation for us for the observation of Martin Luther King Jr. I'm inviting them to come up. Thank you. Come on, people. Yay. This is our diversity team, by the way, or part of it, right? This is part of the diversity team. So I'm going to turn it over to them, and they are going to... You need this? Of course you do. Okay. Take
Thank
over.
you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Vision. I am LaTanya Dixon, a licensed practitioner here at Vision, and today we are celebrating the Dr. Martin Luther King's Day, his birthday was the 15th, through call and response of his I Have a Dream speech. These wonderful people up here, they all have dreams. When they state their dreams, the response is, your dream is truth and is here now. Is it up there? Oh, all right, yay. Okay, so I want all of you to respond after we say our dream, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna have fun. Okay, so I'm going to start. I have a dream that all people are loved, successful, and respected. Your dream is truth and is here now.
I have a dream that everybody living on Earth has a home, including animals.
Dream is truth and is here now.
I have a dream that every dog is loved and has a home.
Your dream is truth and is here now.
I have a dream that this beautiful country of ours goes forward with love and strength.
Your dream is truth and is here now.
I have a dream that everyone has a safe place to live, clean water to drink, and fresh food to eat.
Your dream is truth and is here now.
I have a dream that all humans, regardless of gender, age, ethnic background, abilities, or differences, has a home, food, access to health care, and equal opportunities to thrive.
Your dream is truth and is here now.
I have a dream that everyone has the right amount of stress in their life, and that by having that, they will be able to live as the individualized expressions of the one, and all of us can thrive.
Your dream is truth and is here now.
I have a dream that all labels are dropped, and we see the able, not the label.
Your dream is truth and is here now. Now, the last response is, we are the dream manifested now. So we're going to say that 3 times. We are the dream manifested now. We are the dream that's manifested now. We are the dream manifested now. Thank you.
Our diversity team work hard all year long to bring us things to bring us together. And if you would like to become a part of the diversity team, you're absolutely invited to. We have our online meetings of the diversity team Wednesdays. Which Wednesday? I don't remember. Third, second? I can't see from here. Second Wednesday of every month. If you want more information about the diversity team, or if it's something that's calling to you and you'd like to become a part of it, please see Hummingbird after the celebration, and she will let you know and get you an email, right, Zoom invite to the next diversity team meeting. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you so much for that presentation. We appreciate it so much. We are a diverse group ourselves, right? This is what we do. We know our oneness with everyone. So I love that. And if you temporarily forget, that's what practitioners are for, right? If you're feeling alone, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling separated from your good, like Emma said, right? That's really the only prayer we feel is Something's not right in our lives and we need to fix it. So this idea that we are separate from our good, and we have practitioners and ministers who have studied years and years on the art of compassionate listening and the science of healing prayer, and I would love for them to raise their hands now so you know who they are. Look at all around the room. These delightful beings, yes, who are here to know the truth for us. So at the end of this celebration, I'm going to invite them up to the front of the room. They'll be ready for prayer support, and just come on up and ask one to pray. That's it. Ask one for prayer for whatever the challenge is, or even if there is no challenge. If everything is going well, what is the prayer? Thank you, more please. You know, that's really, you're in the flow of life. Everything's going great. You want it to continue. So don't leave here today without getting prayer support. It's so important. And for our online community, Vision, you know, after our celebration, we have our meet and greet room where you can get one-on-one prayer in a breakout room as well. There is no place on earth that you can be that is outside of prayer support by Vision. So please do that. The other thing I want to tell you is, if you're visiting Vision, if you're here for the first time, we have welcome packets. They're on the back on the prayer table, and they're also in the lobby on the welcome table. They're by the back. They're all over the place, let's face it. They're just everywhere. But pick one up, find out more about Vision Center for Spiritual Living, our mothership, which is the home office, which is in Colorado. It is a worldwide movement which started by Ernest Holmes back in, I can't even tell you when, 1919 maybe. He first started talking and teaching this philosophy. And this tells you all about that. So grab one, find out more about Vision, find out more about Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, and come be a part of this movement, because I know the banner's not up, but it says transforming lives through practical spirituality. That is what we do here. We transform lives through practical spirituality. And if that sounds intriguing to you, or if that sounds like something you want to be, you're interested in doing, transforming your life, living a greater expression of spirit, this is the place to do this work. There's also a greeting on the front. We're going to say it together. You ready? You with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. So turn to somebody and say, welcome to Vision. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yay. We all need this chatty time, you just need it, right? Socialize, get to know each other. We're going to have our hospitality afterward. It's going to be great. We'll have tables in the back of the room. We can have a little lunch. We can chat, get to know each other better. It's a wonderful thing. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to the celebration singers, to James Vandenberg, the director of our choir, and we're going to sing our centering song to prepare for the 5-minute meditation. Take it away.
God is breathing me, God is beating my heart, God is breathing me, God is breathing me, God is beating my heart, God is breathing me. My breath with every word.
I'm Reverend Jean Phillips, and I'm a staff minister here at Vision, and it is my honor to lead you in our meditation time right now. So I just invite you to take this time to settle in, and I'll read today's quotes, and then we'll have 5 minutes of silence, which will be concluded with a affirmative prayer. So just going within, closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and just taking these words into your heart. Our first quote is from Oliver Wendell Holmes, Jr. A mind that is stretched by a new experience can never go back to its old dimensions. And from Ernest Holmes. Unless we are constantly expanding our thought, we are not growing. Growth is the law of life, and it is necessary. Get over the old idea of limitation. Get out of the rut. God has created you for a glorious future. Dare to fling out into mind the greater assurances about yourself. Just feeling the presence, the power of the infinite, the divine, right here, right now. With me, God is all there is. The presence, the life, the power of all. There is only one life, one love, one law, always moving into a greater expression of itself, a greater expression of its love, of its peace, of its wisdom. No limitation, no ruts, right? Always expanding into a greater good. It is the very essence of everything in and around us. There is no place, no circumstance, no experience where God is not. Spirit resides always at our very center, filling and radiating out in and through us. The divine life is our life right here, right now, always expressing in wondrous, wondrous ways. And just as I am one with this life energy that I call spirit, as I know it is my core and being, expressing through every aspect of my life, I know this for everyone hearing my voice and beyond. It is a truth we share. And in this oneness, I speak my word for all. I know and claim the love of spirit radiates out into the world, filling hearts and guiding our minds. I know that this love leads the way in each of our lives, supporting and supplying each and every need. As we join together heart to heart, I know that this day is filled with endless, endless blessings. Divine abundance, health, wholeness, peace, joy, all of that is showered upon us. Prosperity and abundant supply flows endlessly in and through each life, joyfully shared as it is received. And I know that our physical beings, our bodies and minds, they're created in the mold of wholeness, and so they naturally align to health and well-being. All is well. And I am just so grateful for this truth and for this beautiful expression of the divine that is vision. Reverend Patti, the musicians, the volunteers, everyone participating today. All is good. All is God. All is one. And so knowing this, it is easy to release these words into the law, knowing it is complete, knowing it is perfect, and so it is.
And so it is.
Amen.
We have a new special guest today, and as a recent immigrant from Minnesota, she's experiencing one of two seasons. There's cool summer and warm summer, and she's a songwriter and guitarist and singer, and she's mentioned one place that you can see her. It's not on the schedule, but Tommy Bahamas and Fashion Valley and many wineries and such, and you can learn about her and where she's performing at KennaRoseMusic.com. So please welcome Kenna Rose.
Hello, everybody. I'm really happy to be joining you here today. The first time I was ever on stage was at a church, so this feels like coming home. I was given a theme today about stretching into possibilities, and I thought this song fit. Just listen to the lyrics, maybe you'll agree. One, two, three, four. it's all under the plow. Isn't it a little late to do your scavenging now? The season is changing and raining has turned into snow. Isn't it a little late, a change of lifestyle now? You suddenly realize you don't even know how. So still you try to justify once again the trail left behind us, credibility wearing thin. Take a look at freedom and the way of your wife. It all begun in the wink of an eye. Well, I stand up to the day that I die for all creation and all that is true in life. Isn't it a little late to be worrying now? Material playthings have made you a slave. Isn't it a little late to try a hurrying now? The road left behind you, security's only a grave. What lies ahead for the spirit of man? Our desperation and sadness, the end. There's a light at the end of the road. To learn to see it is to open your soul to light.
thing? All my notes. Thank you. That was just lovely. Thank you, Kenna. Just beautiful. Yes, yay. So we are in the month of stretching into possibilities. I love that. January, new year, right? Trying on something new. And today's talk is stretch and repeat, because that's really what we do. You know, it reminds me of the shampoo commercials, right? Shampoo, rinse, repeat. Shampoo, rinse, repeat. And I only thought that they were just doing that to sell more shampoo. Anyway, but it's true. This is what we do, right? We repeat, stretch and repeat. I think that's our spiritual practice, isn't it? We pray again. We meditate again. We go back to those practices. And when we do, we're stretching into new territory all the time. We're expanding our consciousness all the time. We're growing our consciousness all the time. So we do practice, and that practice itself stretches us. So it expands our own consciousness, and we keep doing that, don't we? You're not the same person you were yesterday. We hear that old expression, practice makes perfect, yay? It's not true. I honestly don't think it's true. What I think is more true is practice makes permanent. Practice makes permanent, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over again, but doing it the wrong way, and you'll become an expert at doing it the wrong way, right? I mean, I know that. I have a tennis backhand. Don't even ask, right? It's great. It's consistent. It's the wrong way. But stretching is growing, right? Stretching is trying new and different ways. Stretching means, if this doesn't work, do that. It's entertaining new ideas, isn't it? Isn't that what we do when we stretch? New processes, new procedures, new ways of thinking about things, new ways of living, entertaining new thoughts. Yeah, this is what we are. Aren't we called New Thought? We are a New Thought, philosophy. I remember, who was it? Oh gosh, I think it was Mary Manning Morrissey that said, we're called New Thought, but when was the last time you had one, really? But theoretically, that's who we are. We are New Thought. It's about entertaining new thoughts, stretching us, growing us, so that we can hold maybe two opposing ideas in our minds and sitting with them, right? Without having to cling to one or reject the other, but to absolutely understand there's more than one way to do things, right? Because if we're not doing that, if we're not growing and questioning and examining, we're what? We're stuck in the same old, right? We're just doing the same thing over and over again. And that's not growing. That's like the opposite of growing. Same thing, same results. Same thing, same results. Stretching is uncomfortable, right? When you're used to doing something some way and you want to continue to grow in that area, you have to stretch. You have to be a little uncomfortable. And it's not going to be perfect the first time, is it? It's just not. The first time you do something new, the first time you stretch into a new idea of being or living or believing, it's uncomfortable and it's not perfect. And when we stretch and when we try things, when we try new ways of thinking, we're not going to be perfect at it in the beginning, and that's okay, right? We may not be good at it at all, right? We can really stink at it when we try something new, when we're stretching into a new area, but that's where the repeat part comes in. See? You're trying something new, you're stretching, you're growing, and you repeat. You keep trying, but you keep trying and improving at the same time. That's the whole stretching part, too. That's why stretch and repeat, right? We keep reaching out into the universe with even a better way to do something, or even a bigger belief, or even a grander idea, or some way you can improve upon something. Stretching beyond what we normally do before, right? Incorporating new ideas, new ways of being, new ways of looking at things, new ways of being in the world. Ernest Holmes said we should never watch to see what another is doing or how they're doing it. For when we do this, we are limiting our own possibilities to the range of someone else's vision, right? Makes sense. And he goes on to say, principle is not bound by precedent. Aha, that's where he said it, right? I use that often. It comes from the book, It's Up to You. And he said, Principle is not bound by precedent, right? Which means God is never bound by anything God did before. Free to create something new all the time. He goes on to say, and our good is not limited or conditioned by any good that has been previously manifested. We should confidently expect a greater good than we have ever experienced or than we have ever known anyone else experiencing. Right? This is our life, our experiences, our possibilities. And it is not dependent ever on anyone else's experiences. You know, stretching for us means moving into this realm of greater possibilities, of a greater experience of beingness, entertaining new ideas, right? This is new thought. That's what we call it. New thought, new ideas, not clinging to our own thoughts and then getting stuck in them, getting trapped by them. Right? Yeah, I know who I am. I'll never change. Oh, yeah, you will. Life has a habit of changing us, whether we're kicking and screaming or whether we're open and embracing, right? It's going to change us anyway. It's going to have its way with us. Growing is considering new ways of thinking about things, experimenting with things, stretching into possibilities. Doesn't that sound exciting? Better ways of being in the world, and it all begins in our consciousness. It all begins in mind. Our lives are brand new. Think about this. Our lives are brand new in every moment. You're not the same person you were a minute ago. You're not the same person you were before Kenna sang. You're not the same person you were when you got up this morning. Our lives are different and changing every minute of every day until we decide otherwise. Until we decide, no, too much, don't want to grow, don't want to be there. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, there is something about you and me that is cosmic, universal, that stretches over time and space. Let us learn to think better of ourselves, right? This is who we are. This idea that we are cosmic, we are timeless, we are birthless, deathless, immortal beings. That's a powerful place to begin to think of ourselves. We are the ones that place limits on our experience. We do it. What's reasonable, what's not reasonable, what we can do, what we can't do, what we think we can do, what we think we can't do. We are the ones that place the limit on our lives. Again, going back to what Ernest Holmes said, principle is not bound by precedent, right? So those are just all false beliefs. Change in our lives begins with change in our minds, in our thoughts, in our beliefs, backed by feeling and emotion. That's what the whole philosophy is about, right? Ernest Holmes, the tagline for the whole teaching is change your thinking, change your life. That's what we do here. Change our minds, change our thoughts, change our beliefs, backed by feelings and emotions, which is what Ernest Holmes said drives the law to begin to manifest on our behalf, those feelings and emotions. Thoughts plus feelings equal results. That's pretty basic. Change begins with our word. Change begins with the word. In Creative Mind, Ernest Holmes said, if any word has power, it follows all words have power. It's not in the few moments of spiritual meditation that we demonstrate, but we bring out the possibilities of the hidden word when we allow our thoughts to run in any direction. Not in the short time spent in silence, but in the long hours that stretch themselves into days, months, and years. Are we always using our word? An hour a day spent in silent meditation. And who does an hour a day? You with me? Hour a day, twice a day, maybe mornings, evenings. He says, an hour a day spent in silent meditation will not save us from the confusion of life. The 51% of our thinking is what will do it. We are always talking to God. We are always addressing the higher self within us. And it's our practice to make it positive and powerful and purposeful and present tense and personal, just like our affirmations are, right? Every week we say affirmations, present tense, powerful, personal, positive. They must be the way we think as well. They must be positive. because we're not only speaking our word in prayer, we're not only speaking our word when we affirm, we are speaking our word with every thought we think. We're communicating with the higher self. We're communicating with that first cause of the universe. Every thought we think, we're getting closer or farther away from our desires. Everything that runs through our heads. And this is why New Thought calls itself like a mind training. You are training the mind, not to beat yourself up, to train, right? And I know Jacob Glass always used to use the analogy of the puppy, right? Put the puppy on the paper, and the puppy wanders off. And that's your mind. Your mind is the puppy, right? You put it on the paper, it wanders off, and it piddles someplace else. What do? I mean, like, do you get mad at the puppy? No, you just pick it up and you put it back on the paper. Same thing with our mind. It wanders off, goes into negativeville, right? You just pick it up, put it back on the paper. We pick it up, we put it back into the positive. Every thought we think is a direction for spirit, is a direction for the law to begin manifesting. So Ernest Holmes had said, you spend 5 minutes a day in silent meditation, in positive, in loving thoughts, in unconditional love for the world, and then you spend the rest of the day, whatever, thinking thoughts of anger or frustration or judgment or whatever. That's the manifestation. That's what's going to be out picturing in your life over and over, not the 5 minutes in meditation, but the whole rest of the day when you're angry and frustrated and upset and judgmental and critical and complaining. Oh, complaining. Don't even go there, right? Our word. It's our word. And our word does not fix what is broken. When we think positive thoughts, when we think our highest thoughts, we're not fixing what's broken. Nothing's broken. God's not broken. Our word reveals the perfection that has been there all along. That's what we're getting to. We're getting to the God sense of us. Not all the conditions that we have to go through during life, during this physical stuff. The word goes to the truth of our being. And the truth is we're whole, perfect, and complete. We are ageless, deathless, timeless, immortal beings wrapped up in a temporary skin. That's it. Right? That's the temporary part. The job, that's the temporary part. The house, the car, the family, whatever, that's the temporary part. The immortal soul is the truth of you. Whole, perfect, and complete. Always has been, always will be. We're not trying to fix what's broken by our affirmations, by our prayers, by our thoughts, by our words, by our feelings. We are trying to resonate in the truth and the perfection of who and what we are, and allowing that to manifest itself beyond appearances, beyond the conditions. There is no limit to the bounty of God. The only limit that exists is the one we place on ourselves. What is true, what is not true, in our mind, in our belief system, what we can do, what we can't do, who we are, who we're not, what we're capable of, what we're not capable of. Those are all the limitations we place on ourselves. God's sitting there going, oh, go right ahead, do what you do. Ernest Holmes said this, he said, all cause and all effect proceed from the invisible spirit. You are one with spirit and cannot be separated from it. Your word has power because your word is the action of God through your thought. Want me to say that again? All cause and all effect proceed from invisible spirit. You are one with the spirit and cannot be separated from it. Your word has power because your word is the action of God through your thought. You are individualizing this universal intelligence. This is what we do. You know, and Emma Curtis Hopkins said it. She said, our mind is an activity of divine mind. Our mind is an activity of divine mind. And we get to pick and choose through that. So it is incumbent upon us to stretch, yes? If our mind is just a point of light in the universal intelligence, we get to understand and we get to use and we get to embody as much of it as we can. That's the stretchy part. We have to stretch into it. We stretch into the possibilities. Could you imagine how good it can get? Can you imagine how good it can get? That's our practice. Can we imagine how good it can get? Can we stretch into possibilities rather than limitations? Because that's what we're here to do. Stretch into possibilities. Go beyond our self-imposed limitations. Think large. Right? Think large. Remember a time when you felt powerful. When you felt, you could do anything. I love that. Sometimes you have meditations and you come out of meditation like that. Does that ever happen to you? You come out and you're like, my feet aren't even touching the ground. I'm just like kind of floating up here through life. Oh my God, one with everything, right? You think of times like that. Powerful, purposeful, positive. Feel that. Feel that. Stretch into that. Stretch into those possibilities. Imagine the possibilities. Right? That's the imagination is so powerful. And that's where Ernest Holmes, and a lot of it he got from, oh God, I can't remember the guy's name now. The French, Emile Coué, who said, if the willpower and the imagination are in conflict, the imagination always wins. Imagination always wins. It's more powerful than the thought. Right? So this is where you want to be. You want to stretch your imagination. Conceive of things you've never done before that you can do. that guy from last week. We had a quote from him last week. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, right? Am I saying it right? I don't know French people. He said, a rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single person contemplates it, bearing within the image of a cathedral. This is what we're talking about. This is the imagination. Can you see that, right? Can you gaze upon a rock pile and see a cathedral? This is powerful stuff. Sometimes imagining is the most powerful thing you could do. Remember when we were kids, we used to lay on our back and look at the clouds and just imagine all kinds of things? When was the last time you did that? Right? This is what we're talking about. Expanding our mind's ability to conceive of what might be possible. That's stretching. That's stretching. You know, we're not talking either or. We get trapped into that, don't we? Right? That's it. That's all we have. I remember when I was raising children, when the kids were really little, and they taught us to empower children to make their own decisions and to be, powerful in their own life. You bring them choices, but limited choices, right? So you go to the clothes in the morning and you tell your child, this outfit or this outfit, which one do you want to wear? And you give them the choice, and it empowers them to do that. And I remember my daughter would just push it aside and go right to the closet and go, nope, this one, It's like, that's what we're talking about, this limited choice. It's not either or in our lives. It never was. There could be 3 possible answers to your challenge or to your question or to what you're deciding. There could be 10, there could be 100 possibilities out there. There may not be one correct answer, right? There could be several. And they might be all correct for you. And then you get to choose from among them. But we limit ourselves with this or that, either or. Right? We have a whole world of possibilities out there. I know President Andrew Jackson was a notorious poor speller. Could not spell a thing. And he was quoted as saying, "It's a damn poor mind indeed that can't think of at least 2 ways to spell any one word." Choice, it's his choice, right? Stretch, that's stretching, that's what we're talking about. We are limited by our ability to conceive of possibilities by our own thought, not God's. God's not limited in any way. We're the ones that put the line in the sand. We're the ones that say this and no more. The spiritual universe in you, Ernest Holmes said, in principle and in potential, we are immersed in good. For we are in the mind of God, and we have freedom, or what he called volition, to create our own experience out of the possibilities of life with which we have been endowed, the prerogative of heaven or hell. So we need to shake ourselves loose from the tyranny of fear and superstition and isolation and emotional traditions. That's the work we have to do. God already sees us as whole, perfect, and complete. We have to convince ourselves. We're not convincing God of anything. When we pray, when we affirm, when we meditate, we're not trying to convince God to do us a favor or to think better of us or do anything on our behalf. We're trying to convince ourselves that we are worthy, that we are whole, that we are not separated, but we're one with this divine creative energy because we know we are. Deep down, we know we are. And I would add habits to that list of we have to shake ourselves loose from, right? Fear, superstition, isolation, emotional traditions, habits. We have to shake ourselves loose from our own habits. We made them, right? We made them. Nobody else gave them to us. We made them. We have to shake ourselves loose from our own habits because habits are the things that chain us to our limitations. Just reminded me of an old quote. Never mind. I'm not even going to say. But you can look it up anyway. Who was it? Who was it that wrote "Waiting for Godot"? I can't remember his name, but he said it. It was anyway. It was about habit chaining us. But thinking the worst, thinking things can't possibly work out the way we want them to, right? All those things are habit thoughts. They're just habit thoughts. They're not truth. And complaining. Oh, God, who complains? Anybody here complain? Am I the only one? Oh, my God. Right? We're like little complaining machines. Who, me? Not me. I'm just little Polly Sunshine. No, we do. We complain. Here's the thing about complaining, and you're going to love this. Complaining is affirming for more of what you don't want. Right? That's all it is. It's affirming more of what you don't want. Come on, we know better. So praise instead. Praise, 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 praise. Stay open to the possibilities. Stay expansive. There's more than one answer, right? There's more than 10 answers. There could be more than 1,000 answers. Stay in the possibilities. Look at a bigger picture. Ernest Holmes in Lessons in Spiritual Mind Healing said, our simplest approach, because I know you want to know how to do this, right? Our simplest approach would be to think of the universal mind as containing the potential possibility of every legitimate desire. There you go. As being an ever-present friend ready to do everything for us. And as being devoted entirely to our good and supplying every need. When we learn to start from where we are now, forgetting our old pattern of thought. Oh, okay, remember that phrase. Forgetting our old pattern of thought, which has limited us in the past, to enlarge them, to increase our belief and faith, to accept a greater good daily, we soon realize we're dealing with an actual force. Right? When we do this practice seriously, we take on this practice, we find that we're dealing with an actual force in our lives, and it changes conditions around us. Remember, going back to the beginning, your word has power. It has power. It's not just some, just airy belief system or just random thought. It's an actual power. Your word has actual power. Not just in prayer. It's not like we just set aside this time and all of a sudden it's like now we're communing with our higher power. It's every word that comes out of our mouth. It's every word that comes out of our mouth. Everything you think, believe, insist is true for you all day long. You are communing within all day long. Be careful what you think. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you believe. Examine it. Be conscious of it. Understand those words that that would be really nice, but I can't afford that. Affirmation, right? These things, these expressions that just fall out of your mouth. It's cold and flu season. Oh, wait, I can't wait to get mine, These things that just fall out of our mouths and you think they mean nothing, they're speaking your word all the time. We're speaking our word all the time. Your word has power, not just in prayer, not just when you bookend, dear God, and so it is, and then the rest of your day means nothing. Every word proceeding from your mouth has power. So what do? You keep them positive. You insist the good for you, not just in prayer, but in every word that comes out of your mouth. You enlarge your thoughts. You listen to the conversations you're having to life. Every time you say something, every time you make a proclamation about your life, right, you're issuing an affirmation. You're directing the law every single time. Begin to stretch into a more positive way of being with your higher self. Call out your negative thoughts for what they are. They are BS, right? They're a belief system. Ha ha, gotcha. I'm being good. This is my year to be. Anyway, it's a belief system. It's just an old belief system, and it's not a true belief system. It's just an old belief system. Your negative thoughts are just an old belief system based on something from the past that you experienced or you went through or your parents went through and they told you about it or whatever, right? Those old negative thoughts are nothing. Call them out, right? It is a habitual dismissing of your good. That's what it is. It's a dismissal of your good, a habitual. It's like people can get to the point where they're negative. They don't even see the good. They can't see it when it happens in their lives because they're so preoccupied with only seeing the negative, right? So even when good happens, they don't even see it. Be conscious of those negative thoughts. Be conscious of those limiting thoughts. Give those limiting thoughts your holy hell no. Right? Kick them to the curb. There absolutely is. Or Emma Curtis Hopkins said, right? Tell them, holy hell no. Not in my mind. I'm not gonna entertain the negative thoughts. Not in my mind. Because you're the only one in there. You're the only one thinking the thoughts you're thinking. You can change them. Adopt those new thoughts. Kick out the old ones and adopt new. Ernest Holmes said this. Every one of us personally has back of us the potential of the universe. The universe has our back. Isn't that a lovely thing to think? There is an irresistible potential pressing against everyone for self-expression. If we listen, we'll hear it, not as a voice, but as a feeling, as a divine urge to express. If we believe in it, it shall manifest through us. And if we keep our consciousness active and alive to it, the volume that flows through us by our consent will necessarily increase. And we have to believe it will. Stretch into the possibilities of life. Call out your old habit beliefs. Stretch again. We're the only ones holding us back. Stretch again. Thank you.
What a wonderful message. All right, this next song is called A Long Time Coming, right? Because even though you might feel it's a little late to start, it's never actually too late. Might be a long time coming, but it's never too late. Taking it all for granted, everything that I have been given. Well, now today's the day to start my mission. It's been a long time coming. Well, there are many it to myself. I've grown weary of my own fears. It's been a long time coming. I've been running just like an outlaw, but I am willing and I am able to give you something you can believe on. It's been a long time coming. Well, true believers have been staring up at the sky. Oh, your return. Well, I know someday the clouds will roll down. It's been a long time coming. I've been running just like an outlaw, but I am willing and I am able to give you something you can believe on. It's been a long time coming. I've been running just like an outlaw, but I am willing and I am able to give you something you can believe on. It's been a long time coming. I've been running just like an outlaw, but I am willing and I am able to give you something you can believe on. It's been a long time coming. I've been running just like an outlaw, but I am willing and I am able to give you something you can believe on. It's been a long time coming.
Yay. Yay. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Don't we have the best music here? Oh my gosh. Thank you. And thank you to our band. We're always just so wonderful. Always so wonderful. And now this is time for conscious circulation. This is our jumping into the river of God's abundance, knowing that who and what we are is always good enough, and that Spirit is forever supplying, supporting, surrounding, and upholding its creations, and we are that. So this is our time for giving and receiving, and let's pray. Let's pray. I know the abundance of God. I see it everywhere. I see it on leaves, on trees, and blades of grass, and grains of sand, and people's smiles, and friendships, and cups of coffee. Everywhere we look, we see the abundant nature of Spirit in form. And so we know that we're a part and parcel of that whole thing, that we are those individualized threads in the tapestry of all life. which is always infinite and expanding as well. So I know the good that God is and the good that God spreads around to its creations, and that is us, and that we accept gratefully and we give graciously and we remain forever in that flow of God's good. Giving great thanks, I simply let it be, and so it is.
So it is. As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely. God is a river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, back to where my soul is fed. As I give, so do I receive. Thank you for my daily bread. God is a river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive.
Thank you. That was lovely. So this is our time for our Miracle Minute or our demonstration of answered prayer. I don't have one to share with you this week, but keep them coming. When you have that demonstration of answered prayer, and I know you do, right? All the time things work out like spontaneously, or you think it's a coincidence or whatever. It's answered prayer. You know it is, right? Give me a shout. It's revpatty@visioncsl.com, and then I can share it with the group, and it's a lovely and wonderful thing. What I did want, I was going to say my little miracle minute happened years and years ago with the birth of my first son, right there. His birthday is today. I want to say happy birthday to Adrian. And he is here for us every week, volunteering in the sound and audio and video and doing whatever that is back there. And we love it and we appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without you, so thank you for that. And now it is time. Oh, this is hilarious. Johnny Kirko, I know you're watching. He's recuperating at home. He should be back, I don't know, in a couple of weeks. Maybe by February he'll be back, I don't know, visiting with us. And but now I'm sure he's helping out on the phone and all that. I betcha. Have you heard from him this morning already? Oh, yes. See, I knew it. But between now and then, we get to be entertained with The Last Word by Lizzie Bird.
Makes me feel so strong. Channeling Larry there. So good morning, Vision family. Good morning to all of you out there in virtual world. We encourage you to get into community afterwards in the meet and greet. And if you so choose, you can get with a practitioner in a breakout room and have a one-on-one prayer session. So do that. And we still want you to come in. So come in and see us. Okay, what's happening? Events. Still time to register and join the Foundations class with Patti. It's on Thursdays from 6:30 to 9. It's a love offering in person and virtually. The amazing, what more could you ask for? Why aren't you taking this class? Come on, if you haven't already, or if you have already and you need a refresher, come get it. It's an amazing class, amazing class. This Wednesday we have open mic night on the piano with Jim Bianchi, 7 to 9. Please come share your gifts with us. We would love to be entertained by you and celebrate you. And then this Saturday, the first one, is the Art of Self-Care. And Liz Lim and Reverend Jean are going to come up and tell us more about that.
Hello, hello. Yes, an opportunity to stretch, right? Yes, that's what today, Saturday is. So we're just 1 week away. Next Saturday, we'll be having our first Lunch and Learn series, celebrating you. And together we'll be exploring the art of self-care and its many aspects. So this month's theme is the art of intention in self-care, and it includes some just great fun, creative exercises, discussions, powerful tools that are here to support you in your self-care journey. Plus, you get a delicious, healthy lunch. How about that? And all for the low price of $29. What more do you want? So the workshop is this coming Saturday, January 25th, in person here in Vision, from 11 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. And you can just register on the website. Sorry, I don't know if I left anything for you. I'm sorry, I did the whole thing.
So I'm Liz Lem, and so my role in the Art of Self-Care is to kind of be the person going through the self-care stuff. So what I know from neuroplasticity is the neurons that wire together fire together. So I see all of this of stretching and repeating as a wiring job, electrical job. So we try to get the neurons to go together, and then you've got the habit and form. But sometimes some of us need like a little electrical tape. And you also need a sense of safety, because I know that from what I've studied, if we're not in the right amount of stress, we can't change. So this is a safe space to get away. It's like a mini retreat where you can just relax, get away from technology, be in community, and get that wiring working for you. Thanks.
Hope to see you then.
Well, it's movie night time this coming Wednesday. It's Wicked. It's a new time, an earlier time, 6:30. Popcorn will be popping. Come out here if you want to be popular. Oh, a week from this Wednesday. Sorry. All right. Well, you're going to have to practice your singing then. Be ready to annoy the people next to you. All right. We have Dr. Reverend Lori Oberly Edwards. She's got the mystical path. She's going to tell you all about it.
Morning.
Good morning.
So I'm going to be facilitating the mystical path. Is a new mastery level certificated course that is not only being advertised here, it's through the global community, and it's from the whole Centers for Spiritual Living. So I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. It's 7 weeks on Thursdays in the morning from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. And it starts on January 30th through March 13th. We might do a couple bonus sessions afterwards.
Yeah.
So join me. I have not been this excited about a course in so long. I am vibrating, so bring your hands up and stretch with me. And just realize that this is our truth. We have wings, and we have a globe around us, and this is what this is all about. This is about oneness, really claiming your oneness. In this, it says it's a journey into oneness, but I'm going to tell you this right now. We already are in oneness. We don't need to have a journey, and yet we can continue that journey as we choose to follow that journey. And that journey is following the mystical path. You already are mystical. This is about embodying truth into there's magic, there's mystery, and there is a mystical path to walk on. So join me on Thursdays from 11 to 1, from January 30th to March 13th. Tuition is $215 for non-members, and for members it's $195. And for all those you peeps out in throughout the world, if you are a member of CSL anywhere, it is for members. So thank you so much.
Thank you. That sounds like a great class. February 1st, we have Evolution Station, 7 p.m. This is with our own Danny O, TJ Moss, and a few other musicians. If you guys get a chance, go online, read about this gang, because they all come from really different backgrounds. It sounds like it's going to be an amazing concert, so check it out. I think it's going to be really fun. Through the end of March, the diversity team, wasn't that amazing, that presentation by the diversity team? I love that so much. Love that so much. They're still collecting items for girls and women in shelters, so your clothing, toiletries, cash, shoes, whatever you have, clean out those closets. It'll make you feel good, and it'll help some people out. So please contribute. The boxes are in the front, so please donate. Adopt-A-Bill continues. You can donate for a month, you can donate for a quarter, or the whole year. And this is over and above your tithe. So if you're not quite sure what to choose from, there's a whole list out there. Just peruse that list and see what your heart is called to. So we sure would appreciate that. I think it's the second Sunday in February we have our 18th anniversary. That's exciting. And once again, we're going to have new members come up. If you haven't joined, and I know some of you are out there, you've been thinking about it and thinking about it. It's time. We're stretching and growing. So fill out that brief little form, come and join. All the benefits of being a member, like discounts on those classes that we just heard about. So please come and become a member and come to that celebration. It's always a very moving time, really moving. I always get teared up with that. And next Sunday, Reverend Patty's talk is Anything is Possible. And also the choir. The choir is there. Did you want to talk about foundations? No? Okay. All right, well, thank you very much.
I think Lizzie's doing an excellent job. John, watch out. We're going to stand up and we're going to say our affirmations. I'm inviting the ministers and the practitioners up to the front of the room to be ready for prayer, for one-on-one prayer. We've got them on the big screen. Yay! Okay, we're going to say these together. Remember, affirmations. Present tense, powerful, personal, positive, all those. I love alliteration. Anyway, let's do this. My creativity knows no bounds. Today, I step beyond the edges of my comfort zone. I am open to new experiences that bring growth. Oh, there you go. I heard it right here from my music director. It is number 2. You ready with me? Today, I step beyond the edges of my comfort zone. Powerful, powerful affirmations. Take them home, put them up on your mirror. Remind yourself all day, all week, until you come back again. Let's pray. Giving great thanks for this day, for everything, for all of the good news, for the opportunity to grow, to stretch, to change our thinking, and to change our lives. I am so grateful for this teaching, for this philosophy, for Dr. Ernest Holmes, who brought it forth, who synthesized it from the greatest religious and philosophical teachings of the world, to bring to us a faith, a philosophy, and a way of life. Giving great thanks, I simply let it be, and so it is.
that was meant to be. With God as our power, together all are we. When we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, this begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy.